Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Marie and I am half of the Perchards. Today I have a sit down video for you. I'm back in my autumnal winter wonderland. The daylight hours are almost gone here, so yeah, we're back into the nice cozy snug for filming. As you may have guessed, my upload today is regarding social media and how I am cutting it down to 1 hour a day. I'm one of these scrollers that just goes on my phone and just scrolls and scrolls and scrolls. And as I said, I was very aware of it. I'd go on Facebook, I'd go on YouTube, I'd just go on any social media that was available, because over the last few years, more and more have become accessible. And even though I was aware of it, I never done anything about it until I saw this upload from Gina. There was a few points she raised in this particular video. I'll link it below so you can watch it, or I'll be fancy and put it up here somewhere. But this was the main point that caught my eye.
Number two is a big one actually. So I used to wake up in the morning and the first thing I'd do is I'd get on my phone and I'd be looking at Instagram, emails, Facebook notifications. I stopped doing it.
And within that video, she challenged people to try and step away from their phones a bit, and it was the ideal opportunity for me. I pretty much couldn't type my response quick enough. I was up for the challenge and I was going to start putting my phone down more. I thought it was a fantastic challenge and one of them that I really had to join. I was quite looking forward to it initially, actually. Then the next day, panic started to set in. And if I'm perfectly honest, I started panicking about what I might miss. My kids would call it FOMO, which is fear of missing out. And I think it was a little bit of that, because I was on social media so much, I got massively apprehensive about what I could potentially miss. And how would I fill my time? If I'm not scrolling through social media, what would I be doing instead? There was a little voice, well, should I say quite a big voice, screaming in my head pretty much this. Don't you do it! Don't you! I got nowhere else to go! I got nowhere else to go! So as I said, Facebook I was just a scroller. Whenever I sat down to have a coffee, whenever I break at work, whenever I just sit and chilling, I'd just scroll through Facebook aimlessly, just seeing what I'd miss and just comment and like, or constantly scrolling. On YouTube, I allowed myself to end up watching content that I really wasn't that interested in. It's a strange one when you get into the world of YouTube. That's a whole other video, but yeah, I find myself just using my time to watch content that really wasn't relevant to me at all. Instagram, another fantastic one. I'm on Instagram because of the Perchards channel, and again I would just scroll through that, read all the bios and everything like that, and just scroll. So the day after this panic kicked in, the new iPhone update brought in a new thing called screen time. I don't know if everybody else had it for ages. I'm so late with my updates, but it's called screen time, I'm sure. And I clicked on that, and after a few days I got to see the stats from my phone. I hadn't limited my phone usage by then, but I got to see the statistics from my phone, and if I was really fancy I could pop them up on screen and show you them and do a voiceover, but I'm not that clever, so you just need to bear with me. I'll read them to you. Basically, I was spending over 2.5 hours a day on social media across all the social media platforms. 2.5 hours is a lot of the day to be spending on social media. Within a few days, I was getting over 150 notifications. That was from social media platforms and emails. That's a lot of notifications that I was instantly responding to instead of building up a chunk and using my time more wisely. But there was over 150 notifications over the first couple of days of me getting this screen time. And the thing that really frightened me, actually, I'm quite embarrassed to admit it, my phone was showing that I picked it up more than 50 times a day. Now, I get half a dozen of them might be where I just pop it in my pocket to leave the room or whatever, but I was picking it up more than 50 times a day. So once I saw these statistics, I immediately restricted myself to 1 hour across all social media platforms and across all devices that are connected to our Wi-Fi. So that's everything, my phone, my iPad, laptop, everything. I'm allowing myself 1 hour across all the platforms. What happens if you go over that limit of 1 hour? So that's not 1 hour on Facebook, 1 hour on YouTube, it's everything combined to 1 hour. And if you go over the hour limit, you're allowed the option to ignore the limit, and they can remind you in 15 minutes, or you can ignore the limit for the rest of the day. Now, I have reached my limit a few times, but I've resisted from pressing that ignore the limit, because you're having to make a conscious decision to overrule what you put in place. So I think it's fantastic. It's worked for me. A few times I have wanted to just overrule it and press the ignore limit, but I've not. I've stuck to it. I've stuck to my 1 hour per day. There's just something about having to make a conscious decision to go against what you'd planned. So the following days after that, once I'd limited myself to an hour, I began to realise that I wasn't actually missing anything at all. The panic that I'd initially felt was unfounded completely. There were no life-changing moments that I missed because I never logged onto Facebook within the 5 minutes. There was nothing on Instagram that was life-changing for me because I didn't log on. And I just felt like I was using my time more productively. I was sort of back in the room more. And the way I've managed that is Facebook, I tend to log in round about lunchtime for 10 or so minutes, so I catch everything that everybody's put on in the morning up till that point, and then if there's anything goes on after that, I pretty much catch up the next day. YouTube, I don't have my limit because some of my favourite creators upload at different times, and I know when most of them upload, so it's basically just if I get a notification or I know when they're going to upload, I pop on YouTube then, but I'm not just going on and scrolling and watching content that I really don't need to be watching. Instagram, I am again, that's actually my most used one. I still go on quite a few times a day, but much quicker. I tend to only look at Insta stories now rather than scroll photo after photo after photo, and I tend to only watch Insta stories of people whose lives I like to see actually, so that's narrowed that a lot. What I've also noticed is I feel like I'm sleeping better as well. I'm not checking my phone at night. I'm generally not on social media after 9 PM at night, and we don't go to bed till 11 or whatever, so I'm not checking social media just before I go to bed, and actually I do feel like I'm sleeping a lot better.
Good night, Mama. Good night, Ben.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, Mama. Good night, Daddy.
Good night, children.
I feel like because I've limited social media, and I'm just going to keep this. It might be different if we go away for weekends or stuff, if we're just chilling, but on my normal day-to-day, I'm keeping it at an hour limit, and I feel like I'm refocusing back into my reality. As I said before, I just feel like I'm more back in the room. I'm more back into my reality of what's going on here, and I definitely have more time to create what I want to create, whether it's an upload for you guys, whether it's something in the house, whether it's work related. I just seem to have a lot more free time rather than giving it to everyone else, I suppose, is what it comes down to, isn't it? I actually feel quite empowered by the whole thing. I didn't grow up with social media, and I always thought I was just growing with social media, and I'm quite disappointed in myself actually. I let it take over quite so much. Now it's time to be disciplined and focused and take that time back. So for me, I feel like it's been the best move I've made in a long time, and I am challenging you to put your phones down. I know we all need them. Mine's is always beside me. It's sat here. I always need to be contacted. It's always beside me. I just feel like I've really cut loose from the whole social media thing, and what better song? I'd be very interested to hear your thoughts on this. I think a lot of you will agree with me. Again, how you choose to use your time is entirely up to you, but I feel so much better with the limit that I've put on myself. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Let me know if you've tried it, how you're getting on. Let me know if you're going to try it, and have a look at Gina's video as well, which again will be up here somewhere, because there's loads of other things just to free up your day, just suggestions that you just put in there. But this is the one that really caught my attention. So yeah, let me know how you get on, because at the minute, as I said, I'm feeling empowered. I feel like it's just lifted. I feel like a weight's been lifted actually. Just a whole social media weight has been lifted. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts. If you're not already, please consider hitting that subscribe button, and I'll be back again soon. Bye.